Email, okay. It's cool because I have two email accounts attached to sort of, one thing, one phone even, but, and I used to have to check both of them separately. But now, at the top of your emails, you get all inboxes, and you can just check all of them in one go. So that's kind of nice. But you still get your other inboxes below, so you can see how many you have in your new one, how many of you have in one, how many you have in the other. So if you tap your home screen twice, tap, this little menu will come up, replaces your dock. And that, you can scroll through it and whatnot. It shows you everything that's running in the background at this particular moment in time. Now, what I have running in the background, Mail, Skype, I turned that on just now to show you guys. Apparently, it's useless at the moment because it's not been updated. Compass, I opened that earlier. Safari is running in the background. I'm going to turn that off. Settings, Facebook, AIM. Okay, I've kept Mail and AIM in the background because those things I like to have in the background. But what I was trying to show you by going through all those things is that every time you open an app, it simply doesn't close it. It simply just leaves it running in the background. Now, I haven't really got the feeling that it's draining my battery. I'd like the option of, closing an app permanently or keeping it running in the background. Hey, so, more about this texting auto-correction feature. In the old OS, you typed and it would correct you. You tap space, it would correct you. Now in this one, it does the same thing, but if you tap the word that it's trying to correct before you move on and press space, then you stop it, like in the old OS, you stop it from correcting you. But in this one, after you've stopped it from correcting you, it will underline the word in a red squiggly or dotted line. So like the BlackBerry does and many other smartphones. So it's more of a conventional sort of spell correction system in that it will still remind you that it's not spelled correctly, or it doesn't think it's spelled correctly. So that's nice, but I still don't like how it tries to correct me automatically. But in a minute, I'm gonna go and see if I can shut off the auto-correction system and if the red dots will still stay. But I'll do that in a minute. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and it's that I feel like the correction system, like the dictionary, internal dictionary itself, is a little bit better because the way that it used to work was that it worked on how many letters you were trying to put into your word, and it based its correction on the number of letters and the proximity of the letter that it thinks it's wrong to the letter it thinks it might be right, and that's how it works. So, if you're trying to type a word and you added a letter, for example, it might try to change it to a completely different word based on that sort of anonymous letter that you typed in, because it has an additional letter. It doesn't really base it on what the word looks like. So kind of annoying because sometimes you do get just random crap coming up on your screen. Nobody's ever going to ask you. I'm really sorry if you can hear the TV. I'm watching Wimbledon, and you should be watching Wimbledon too. I'm watching Wimbledon, Rafa Nadal's playing, so I have to have it in the background so I can listen to what's going on and do this at the same time. Actually, I'm updating my Facebook. That's what my update is about. So right now, I've got 3 little words that it tells me is wrong. So the 3 words are sexy, which is obviously not a word, Duralast, which is a set of strings for tennis rackets, and paint job. So the word sexy, that's not a word, obviously. I'm going to tap it anyway. It comes up. It's the first red dotted one. It's on the left for you. I'm going to tap it. It comes up with a little black bubble, and it tells me no replacement word found. So I'm just going to accept that and just let it sort of stay red. The second one is Duralast, which is a brand name, so that's not an actual dictionary word. It comes up and it tells me not a word. It suggests in a black bubble the word dumbest. It's not the word I want. The word I want is Duralast. So that's 2 examples of words that are actually correct, and I don't need them to be change in any way. The third one is paint job. The word paint job, I spelt it as one word, and I did that on purpose to show you this. Not a word. So it gave me 2 corrections. One of them is 2 separate words, paint job is 2 words. One of them is paint job is 1 word with a hyphen in the middle. So I'm going to pick paint job as 2 words, because that's the way it's meant to be. The one with the hyphen in the middle is not correct. And that's me sort of sorted out, apart from that 1 word at the beginning, which isn't really a word. And then Duralast, the brand name, and then paint job, it corrected for me. So I'm happy with that. I'm just going to save it and share on my Facebook. And then I'm going to go to my general settings. Okay, so it's turned autocorrection completely off. It doesn't spell check for me. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't correct me automatically, but it also isn't coming up with red dots under words that it doesn't recognize. So it's kind of a take it or leave it kind of thing, like an all or nothing feature from Apple. This folder system I really like, but I have, there's nothing really to talk about. It's just, for example, I've got reference, my geeky little thing, Lonely Planet, Learn Italian, to impress, So I've reduced my app pages from 4 or 5 down to 2, and it's not even a full 2, it's just 1 and a bit. So I'm really glad that we can finally organize our phones a bit better, because you can only have 11 pages of apps. But one thing about the folder that I don't like is that you can only get so many. Let me see. I think you can get 12 into one folder, because you can't scroll within the folder. The folder only shows that many. So once your folder's filled up, for example, if you have lots of games and you fill that folder up, then you just have to create a new folder, I guess. So I split my games up into things like, puzzle games, reflex games, tap games, that kind of thing. But it's annoying. I'd rather just have my games in one thing. So, but it's not too much of a big deal. Maybe in the future, in the next 5 years or so, Apple's going to bring out another big update like this and fix all the things that need to be fixed.